The Maasai people, renowned for their vibrant culture and steadfast adherence to traditional ways of life, have long fascinated outsiders with their unique customs and practices. Among the myriad aspects of Maasai culture that captivate the imagination of visitors, one particularly intriguing tradition involves the interaction between Maasai wives and foreign guests. This custom, often misunderstood and sometimes sensationalized, offers a window into the complex social dynamics and hospitality norms of this East African pastoral community. At the heart of this tradition lies the Maasai concept of hospitality, which is deeply ingrained in their social fabric. For the Maasai, welcoming guests is not merely a courtesy, but a sacred duty, one that reflects the community's values of generosity and respect for others. This ethos of hospitality extends to all aspects of Maasai life, including the treatment of foreign visitors who venture into their territories in Kenya and Tanzania. The tradition in question involves Maasai men offering their wives to sleep in the same sleeping quarters as male guests. It's important to note that this practice is not universal among all Maasai communities and has evolved over time, with varying interpretations and implementations across different regions. Moreover, the true nature and purpose of this custom are often misconstrued by outsiders, leading to misconceptions and, at times, ethical concerns. To understand this tradition, one must first grasp the Maasai concept of marriage and the role of women in their society. Maasai marriages are typically polygamous, with men often having multiple wives. Each wife usually has her own house within the family compound, known as a boma. The relationships between husbands, wives, and co-wives are governed by complex social rules and expectations that may seem alien to Western observers. In the context of this particular tradition, when a male guest visits a Maasai homestead, the host may offer for the guest to sleep in one of his wives' houses. This gesture is primarily intended as a sign of ultimate hospitality and trust. By entrusting the care of his guest to his wife, the Maasai man demonstrates the highest level of respect and honor for the visitor. It's crucial to understand that this offer does not necessarily imply or encourage any sexual activity between the guest and the wife. The wife's role in this tradition is to ensure the guest's comfort and safety throughout the night. She may prepare bedding, provide water or milk, and generally attend to the visitor's needs. In many cases, the wife sleeps on a separate bed or even outside the house, maintaining a respectful distance from the guest. The emphasis is on care and protection rather than intimacy. This custom has its roots in practical considerations as well. In traditional Maasai society, where resources were often scarce and living spaces limited, sharing accommodations with guests was a necessity. Over time, this practical arrangement evolved into a cultural norm symbolizing trust and hospitality. Additionally, in a society where raids and conflicts between neighboring communities were not uncommon, entrusting a guest to the care of one's wife also served as a way to ensure the visitor's safety and demonstrate peaceful intentions. However, it's essential to acknowledge that this tradition has been a source of controversy and misunderstanding, particularly as the Maasai have increasingly come into contact with global tourism and Western cultural norms. Some outsiders have misinterpreted or exploited this custom, leading to situations where the true intent of the tradition is lost or perverted. This has resulted in concerns about the potential for sexual exploitation and the reinforcement of harmful stereotypes about African cultures. In response to these issues and changing social dynamics, many Maasai communities have modified or abandoned this particular hospitality practice. In areas frequented by tourists, alternative accommodations are often provided, and the tradition may be explained as a historical custom rather than a current practice. This evolution reflects the Maasai's ability to adapt their traditions while still maintaining their core cultural values. It's crucial for visitors and observers to approach this tradition with cultural sensitivity and a willingness to understand its deeper significance rather than viewing it through a lens of exoticism or judgment. The Maasai, like all cultures, have complex social norms that have developed over centuries in response to their specific environmental, historical, and social contexts. What may seem strange or controversial to outsiders often has logical and meaningful roots within the culture. Moreover, it's important to recognize the agency and perspectives of Maasai women in this tradition. While Western observers might view this custom as oppressive or demeaning to women, Maasai women often have their own understanding and acceptance of their role in this hospitality practice. Many take pride in their ability to provide care and protection to guests, seeing it as an important responsibility that reflects their status and importance within the community. That being said, it would be remiss not to acknowledge that, like in many traditional societies, gender roles and power dynamics within Maasai culture can be complex and sometimes problematic from a modern, egalitarian perspective. Efforts to empower Maasai women and girls through education and economic opportunities are ongoing, both from within the community and through external support. These initiatives aim to balance respect for cultural traditions with the promotion of gender equality and individual rights. As the Maasai continue to navigate the challenges of modernization and globalization, many aspects of their culture, including this particular tradition, are undergoing reevaluation and adaptation. Young Maasai, exposed to different worldviews through education and media, are often at the forefront of discussions about which traditions to preserve, modify, or discard. This process of cultural evolution is natural and necessary, allowing the Maasai to maintain their unique identity while adapting to changing circumstances. For researchers, anthropologists, and curious travelers, the tradition of Maasai Wives hosting foreign guests offers a fascinating case study in cultural relativism and the complexities of cross-cultural understanding. It challenges us to look beyond surface-level interpretations and strive for a deeper comprehension of the values, history, and social structures that inform cultural practices. In conclusion, the Maasai tradition involving wives and foreign guests is a multifaceted custom that reflects deep-seated values of hospitality, trust, and community. While it may seem strange or even controversial to outsiders, it is rooted in a complex cultural context that deserves respectful consideration. As the Maasai continue to engage with the wider world, this tradition, like many aspects of their culture, is evolving. Understanding this evolution provides valuable insights into the ways traditional societies adapt to modern challenges while striving to maintain their cultural identity. Ultimately, this tradition serves as a reminder of the importance of approaching different cultures with an open mind, seeking to understand rather than judge. It challenges us to question our own assumptions and biases, and to recognize the rich diversity of human cultural expression. As we continue to navigate an increasingly interconnected world, such cross-cultural understanding becomes not just an academic exercise, but a crucial skill for fostering mutual respect and cooperation among diverse peoples.